I just wanted to give a big thank you to all of my woodland guardians, spirit guides, celestial foxlings, and kitsunes. Thank you guys so much for your support.
Yo everyone, what is going on, and welcome out to another episode of Egglocke, your favorite game show with your favorite host. Hi, it's me, Lindz, back at it again, and this is the show where mons die and it's a Russian roulette to figure out which one it is. Place your bets now, and it's compensation for you winning. You get absolutely nothing aside from this content and watching me just struggle the entire time. But in today's episode, we're gonna just try to do the gosh darn thing. We're gonna try to get him on. God bless. And we're gonna do the gosh darn thing and see if we can get him on to just have a team again. We have 3 mons to our name. If you guys didn't watch the last episode, we lost everything we have. We lost all of our joy. It's been a time. It's been about a week since I've recorded this because I bulked so far ahead. As you guys know, I was out of town. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was out with my boyfriend. His name's Vandy323. If you guys are not subscribed to him, because I know we have a lot of new people who actually ended up finding the Egglocke series halfway through. So if you guys are some of the new viewers who just came out, hi, hello. It's a pleasure to meet you guys. If you are not subscribed to my boyfriend, his link will be in the description. He's amazing. He does Pokemon content just like I do. If you like my stuff, you'll like him. But as a little fun fact, get to know me for all of the new people. My name's Lindz. I'm 23. I currently live in the state of Georgia. I am a dual psychology and social work major, so I have a huge mental health counseling background. We try to claim this as a very big pro mental health channel. The Discord has a lot of resources for people mental health wise. It can get you access to therapists in your area. There's a lot of really cool stuff. So just know that this is a place of acceptance, no matter your race, color, gender, sexuality, people you love, religion, whatever you feel. And as long as you are expressing it and spreading love to other people, we are here to love you and make you feel warm and cozy. So hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic day. For all the new people, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting the channel. But yeah, it's been a time. We had quite an interesting weekend. I talked about this on the live stream, but I was involved in a Frisbee accident. And you guys are probably wondering, Lindz, what do you mean by you were involved in a Frisbee accident? And I'm so glad you asked. So, a Frisbee accident, if I do say so myself. We were hanging out with Vandy and his college friends. And basically how that ended up going was we went around, had a really chill morning, went to a college campus, got some coffee, and we're like, you know what? It's a nice day. We're gonna go to a professional soccer game. Before we go, why don't we just go to a park and throw around a Frisbee? As you know, you do. It was a great fun time. And I'll have you know, I caught the Frisbee. Just as a normal thing. It was not thrown hard. It was not thrown in a weird direction. It did not ricochet off of me. Nothing was weird about this. Aside from the fact that when I caught it, I was like, why do I feel pain? And I looked down, and as you guys know, I wear fake nails. I'll admit it. If you go past the fake part of my nail where it's above my nail bed, on this nail specifically, the camera doesn't capture it very well. My entire nail bed just split in half horizontally all the way across. And you're like, what does that mean? So glad you asked. Not only did my fake nail on top break in half on my actual nail, but my real nail broke underneath that. And then the skin of my nail that's below your real nail broke in half. So the skin beneath everything opened up, and I'm just gushing blood from this, you can kind of see it here. This just break all the way down. And so our nice casual Frisbee extravaganza got cut short because we had to run to a CVS, and they're rushing me and cleaning this wound with antibacterial stuff. It was a whole mess of a thing. I also found out I clot really fast, which is a blessing and a curse, because it turns out I healed so fast that my nail healed in the wrong position. And now we kind of have to just wait for my nail to grow out. And I can't apply any real pressure to it because it just hurts like a mother lover. And it's just, in the wrong position entirely. So our options were to let it grow out or to get it in the right position, whether pain is involved or not. We chose option 1. So now that I'm causing myself bodily harm with Frisbees, I was like, you know what if we just don't? But for our first team member of the day, you guys, we have choose a number between 1 and 6.
It's 5.
Box 5. Alrighty. Choose a number between 1 and 6.
It's 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Choose a number between 1 and 5.
It's 2.
Number 2. Okay. So first and foremost, we have funny noises. It's in a splash ball or dive ball. I don't know why I said splash ball. What the heck is that? So hopefully water type. Water type would be huge for us right now. It would be absolutely massive because that's probably the one type in the box that we don't have. So fingers crossed. Let us pray Quasar and see if we can get something. What's probably gonna happen is we're gonna rebuild a team. I'm gonna level them up. I'm gonna level them up off screen, and we'll come back and we'll start doing the gym with a brand new Timple. Interesting. Not what I would have expected with the name Funny Noises, but I mean, like, it kind of makes sense. Oops. Funny Noises. I can type, I swear. All right. Funny Noises. So you are going to be level 20. That's what you were swapped out for. I'll probably just do it off screen just because I'm going to have to be getting everyone where they need to be. It's Eviolite. That's kind of smart with hydration. Water pulse, earth power, refresh, attack boost in nature. Good to know. Very, very good to know. Okay. Now, for egg number 2, considering the fact that it's just an egg, and when you hatch it, like comes out level 1, I'm just gonna swap it out for a mom that's level 1, and that's probably just how I'm gonna do it. All right. Choose a number between 1 and 6.
It's 4.
Double box 4. Okay. Or no, the other one was box 5. Either way. Choose a number between 1 and 5. No.
It's 2.
There's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just kidding. Choose a number between 1 and 6.
It's 1.
Not that it really made a difference. I just wanted to do it. Okay. Row 1. Choose a number between 1 and 5.
It's 4.
Okay. Here we go. Shroomba. Breloom. Grass type would be huge. Grass type would be massive. Please be a Shroomish. 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 What was your name again? Shroomba. Okay. I said Shroomish so many times that the name Shroomba left my head. It does kind of look like a Roomba though. Kinda. Kind of like how a Swinub is kind of just a little Roomba. But the fact that we'd instantly have a Breloom, kind of massive. Kind of huge. Kind of like huge power. Huge power Breloom. In before. Maybe. It's a. He's shiny. Shroomba! Let's go! What an icon. What an absolute icon. Okay. We love to see it. Okay. So let's check you out here. What do you have, Sir Shroomba? Holding the toxic orb with poison heal. That's huge. Attack boost in nature with Drain Punch, Seed Bomb, and Absorb. That's kind of huge. Okay. So now that we're here, let's talk team. Let's talk team comp. So we have Ghost Fighting, Fairy, Ice Flying, Water, and Grass. So our options currently are, without duplicating typings, Motha, which is also still flying, so that's technically a type duplicate. Okay, so we're gonna do, okay. The only way we don't duplicate a typing is if we add Bing Bong the Chingling. But I don't think Bing Bong is necessarily going to be the most helpful thing here, considering the fact that we are going into a gym. So, what level do you get Chandelure? Well, no, it's a Firestone. But we don't have one. Okay. I could Eviolite Lampent. That's technically an option unless you're holding. You're not, you're holding the leftovers. I was gonna say, I would have probably done it already. Okay. Is anyone in the dead box holding a Firestone? I don't think so. I feel like I would have taken it off already. And no randomized Mart has had it so far. I doubt, I'll check the Mart here. I doubt that they will have one, but it's at least worth a shot just so we know the full capability of our options here. Yeah, there's not even a secondary person. Okay. So, no Firestone for us. So, the option is we either Eviolite Lampent or we add Cyndaquil. And honestly, just for the sake of having a fully evolved Mon, because I think that's kind of what we need right now, I think I'm going to go... Someone told me how to pronounce this and I already forgot. Okay. Shout out to the comment section. You guys did great. I just am dumb and I already forgot. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have Cyndaquil, Shroomba, Funny Noises, Ace, Garudamon, and Beatrice. That's how I'm going to do it. You guys will just have one giant layout change as I level them up here. But I will be right back and then we will attempt to take on the gym here real quick. All right. Alrighty, everyone, and we are back. Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, this is the squad that we have on the screen. I am also grabbing a dozen Moo Moo Milks just for the gym because pretty helpful. All right, so as a quick team recap for you guys, we have Garudamon, level 34 with Shadow Sneak, Force Palm, Shadow Punch, and Bulk Up with Vital Spirit as an ability. We have Lopunny, the attack boosting Mega Launcher Homie McGee here with Fake Out, Quick Attack, Power Punch, and Draining Kiss. We have our Pidgeotto here with Sandvale with Icy Wind, Brave Bird, Ice Shard, and Aerial Ace holding the Lucky Egg. We have Funny Noises, the attack boosting Palpitoad with Q Charm. Abilities change when they evolve. There was no way for me to make it so trainers Mons had random abilities and we didn't, so it just kind of had to go all the way around. Sorry about it, there's nothing I can do. Earth Power, Muddy Water, Aqua Ring, and Uproar. And then last but not least, we have Sand Rush. Slightly different. With attack boosting nature, Drain Punch, Seed Bomb, Mega Drain, and Leech Seed. So I'm going to take off the Toxic Orb here and I'm going to swap it out. I'll probably give it like an Expert Belt, something like that. And then last but not least, our Typhlosion, which is our fire type, has Primordial Sea. Hold up. 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 All right. Give me just a second, and we're gonna see what happens here. Whoop! All right, everyone. Well, we're back. I had a goof, and in my still hatred for Gen 5, let's talk about the fact that Lil Litwick here doesn't actually evolve until level 41. Gen 5 is dumb. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Gen 5 is dumb. So we're gonna roll with it just because it's a fire type that doesn't have Primordial Sea. So that's kind of what's going on here, folks. But yeah, we're just gonna go into the gym. Oh my lordy, the shenanigans are still being shenanigans. Where would we be? Where would we be in this world if not for the shenanigans? Don't ask me, I don't know. But you know what? Here we are. We've got Flannery to beat. We've got shenanigans to fulfill. And you know what? I think that's just kind of how it's gonna be. But yeah, in other news, since we're just spilling the tea of what has been happening this last few weeks, so the fact that he doesn't challenge you is simply astonishing. The fact that he doesn't. Okay. Well, look away. Thank you. Anyways, so I've talked about it probably in videos before, but I know I've at least talked about it in the live streams about how our AC has been broken for nearly a month now. And today's the day where they finally were going to send a dude out and they were going to be like, listen, it's going to be fixed. It's going to be done. We're going to be good to go. Well, so they finally send the guy out. And let me tell you, they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. It was Homie McGee and his little assistant, if you will. Assistant did nothing the entire time, mind you. But they walk in and first of all, they're like, so I thought they were asking, how are you? And I was like, I'm good. And they're like, no, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. And they're like, no, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 23. And they're like, okay, you just looked under 18. So we had to be sure that you were at least 18. And I'm like, do I actually look under 18? I mean, like, okay. I was like, I mean, I'm flattered, but I mean, pop off, I guess. And so they finally come in and they're like, okay, so tell us what's wrong. We're here to fix the stove and we're here to fix the AC. Because for those of you who don't know, our stove is also broken. When you open the door to like put something in, it's not hinged in on the bottom side. So the door literally just falls out of the oven. It's a great time. And so I was like, yeah, let's start with the AC. And they're like, okay, so what's wrong with it? I'm telling them everything that, has been happening with it. And I'm like, but the thing that's been really frustrating about it is there was a person who was sent out 2 weeks ago to fix it and they just kind of haven't. And now our upstairs is like 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's times where it gets over 80 degrees. Like we're literally just living off fans up here. And it's been this way for about a month. And he's like, oh, that's horrible. Yeah, that's bad. I'm going to get this fixed for you like right now. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he takes his little thermometer gun to like see the vents and see how much like what temperature the air is that's coming out. He's like, yeah, says it's about 70 to 76 degree air that's coming out. And for reference for everyone who lives in the UK or not in the US, Fahrenheit to Celsius. Let me give you guys a quick translation. So, on the norm, it is 26 degrees Celsius in our upstairs with no air circulation, like, at all. So, it's been a great fun time. But our vents themselves are blowing out 24 degrees Celsius air. And at times, the upstairs can get to a total of 28 degrees Celsius, which is very hot. I understand that, like, you guys in the UK, you don't even have AC, so, like, I sympathize with you guys a lot, and you guys are probably laughing and like, that's nothing. We deal with a lot worse. And you know what? Kudos to you. I really respect it. You guys are absolute beasts who can just live without AC. However, when you're used to it, it's a very big temperature difference. When the inside of our house during the summertime is typically 20 degrees Celsius. Like, that's a big jump, that's just kind of how it is. However, she's like, yeah, that's hot. And I'm like, yeah, so what are we gonna do to fix it? And he goes, well, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? Sir, isn't this your job? Isn't this why we waited 2 weeks for you to come out? And he's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna have to pass you on to someone else. And I was like, so you can't fix it? And he's like, no. And I'm like, then why are you here? Why did we wait 2 weeks for you to come out? And he's like, it's okay. Like, I'll see if I can fix your stove though. And so I'm like, okay. And so I show him the stove and he's like, yep, the door falls off. And I'm like, sure does, doesn't it? And he's like, yeah, so, let me see what I can do. And he's like trying to get it back in like the socket to where it doesn't fall out. And he's like, let me call my guy and we're gonna call him Jeff. He's like, I'm gonna call Jeff here. So Jeff picks up and he's like, hey, it's Jeff. And he goes, I got a question for you. Have you ever seen this before? And he sends a video of the stove and he goes, no, I've seen the door just not stay on altogether and the door comes crashing down and shatters on the floor. And I'm like, oh, good. And he's like, yeah, but that's not what's happening to them. And the dude's like, yeah, you're right. And dude's like, so Jeff, how do I fix it? And Jeff goes, I don't know. I'm like, brilliant. And he goes, hangs up the phone with Jeff and he goes, Jeff, thank you so much for your help. I actually got pursued. Hangs up the phone and he goes, well, ma'am, I'm gonna have to forward you on to someone else. And I'm like, isn't this your job? And he's like, well, technically, like, Jeff doesn't know what's wrong either. And I'm like, I don't care if Jeff knows what's wrong. I waited 2 weeks for you to come out. And I'm like, I haven't been able to use this stove for like 3 weeks. Like, sire, this is your job. And he's like, well, you're right. This is gonna make my numbers look horrible, isn't it? And I'm like, your numbers? It's 80 degrees upstairs. And he's like, yeah, but like my numbers. And I'm like, well, then maybe you should try to fix the problem. If you're worried so much about your numbers. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna forward you on to someone else. And I'm like, okay, so how are we gonna resolve this? Like, what happens from this point? And he's like, they'll call you. And I'm like, who will call me? And he's like, the guys. And I'm like, I hear you, right? I hear you. Which guys? And he's like, well, there's gonna be like an AC guy, and then there's gonna be another guy. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm also switching into this guy because uproar is a normal type move and stuff like that. Anyways, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna expect a call from the AC guy, and I'm gonna expect a call from the stove people, right? So, when can I expect them to call me? Like, are we talking 24 hours? Are we talking like what's the time frame here? And he goes, I don't know. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, but they'll call you. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, yeah, I'm just really sorry. This is gonna make my numbers look horrible. And I'm like, enough with your numbers. Enough. You're faster? But I'm a higher level. Does it go off Ralt's speed? Is Ralt faster? Is Ralt faster than a Combuskin? Ralt's base speed is 40. My base speed is 55. It used Shadow Punch. How did it outspeed? Unless it just speed tied and let it get the priority on the coin flip? But I figured since I was at least... Does it copy every stat? I don't know. Now, Pidgeotto is faster than Combuskin, correct? My speed is 71. If I don't outspeed here, I'm calling the authorities. Goodbye. Lord have mercy. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with everything. I still don't know when I'm going to hear anything from anyone because still no one has contacted me. So that's been really cool. You have a drought. I hate this game. I'm gonna earth power it. But yeah, it's been quite a time. I'm probably gonna call my maintenance headquarters people and be like, listen, I understand that none of this is your fault. Let me preface. None of this is your fault. It has been 80 degrees upstairs for a month. Please help us and send someone out who does something more than just little laser gun. Beep. Yeah, that's hot. That is hot. Yep. That number's higher than my numbers. Like, what is this? What is this that is currently going on? Like, I can't, you know, I don't think that's a lot to ask. And granted, I could be wrong. I could just be, you know, talking out of my booty hole and we're just on totally different pages of life. But I don't think that I am. I don't, you know, it just bada bing, bada boom. Pain. How am I? Right, hear me out. How am I supposed to live, laugh, and love in these conditions? It is nearing the end of Ford Truck Month. Apparently it's Chevy Truck Month as well. Like, Toyotathon is right around the corner. We can't be doing these kinds of things. And the Kia Summer Sales event, listen, there's too many things to look forward to. There's simply too many things to look forward to. We need to be able to live, laugh, love in these conditions. And let me tell you, homie McGee and Jeff and his assistant, who literally just did nothing but stand there and supervise the entire situation. I want justice for me and Brooks. Brooks is my roommate. He edits for Dylan and all them. I just want to not be sweating every time I sit down to record an episode, you know? It's all that I want. It's all that I need. You lived that? I mean, you threw at the end of the day. So, I mean, like, we're fine regardless. It's fine. We're here. Alrighty. Hey, Flannery. Thank you for actually being tolerable, aside from your combustion imposter situation. What honestly probably happened is it just copied my speed stat, and levels don't play any factor into it at all. So even though it's level 31 and I'm level 34, 35, we got 1,000 arrows? My little Litwick can learn it. Litwick, use 1,000 arrows. So yeah, that's honestly probably what happened, and as annoying as it is, that's probably just what happened here. Which is just so incredibly unfortunate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna follow Brendan to Petalburg. And we're gonna get the encounter in the desert before we go ahead and do everything else. We're gonna do it in the next episode though, and we'll probably just do a nice little jump cut just to keep you guys on edge here. And I'm gonna, oh, well, I should probably get balls beforehand. Either way, I will start the next episode in the desert itself. Just so then that way I don't forget to do it, just because it's a free encounter. And then we have the mega. There's a lot of stuff coming up, so as long as we can get through this tiny little bit of gameplay, hopefully we don't lose. Smile. But with that, guys, I am gonna stop talking. Thank you guys so much for your support on this episode. I'm sorry if it's a little shorter. It's kind of hard for me to gauge the time as to what everything is with the amount of jump cuts that I had to do in this episode, but I appreciate you guys so incredibly much. Hit the like button, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!